Hello again. Today I want to do a bit of a spiritual and physical experience type video. I want to talk about why I believe that we are living in the physical as we are right now for the experience of it. And as we always say, we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. And as spirit, we become physical to experience the physical aspects of opposing energies through a dualistic thinking mind. If the heart were to overcome the mind's vision of things versus feelings, we would have grown in positive, loving energy. And that's what we're here to do, to grow spiritually greater. Yet to be focused solely upon looks and all things physical, including monetary systems, over our heart centers, care and love, giving for giving's sake, then we can get why our life experiences are essential to the divine energy that we carry whilst in the physical, and that we are beyond this physical journey. There is in this lifetime a lot of manipulation going on, and that's what's happening in the physical world right now. And these may appear obvious to everybody. You see, this lifetime more than any has been subjected to technology which can be used to get across whatever stories others would like you to believe, and it is your job as a spiritual being to not buy into all this physical manipulation that goes on. And it is more difficult in this lifetime more than any, because we are so intent on seeing what we see on the TV. And because of the internet today, we're able to connect to person with people who are experiencing war and those who have their homes ripped apart. Not that long ago, let's say 150 years to 200 years ago, we would not have travelled that far from our hometowns, from family and communities stuck together and built their homes near to parents and near to friends and stayed connected to one another in huge communities. Over time, we've moved further and further from family unit. We've even moved to different countries, and we're spreading all over the place, and people are coming to our country and we're going to theirs to live. But whilst this is happening, many families become estranged. Yet we're all connected in some way on a deeper level. We were born into these families that we have for a purpose, to learn from what they have to offer, even some of the bad things that they have to offer. Everything is about overcoming in a positive way, to find the positive reasons behind everything and moving from it. So as families become further and further torn apart, so too does the anger on a grander scale in countries against one another. Families are no longer bonding together and helping each other and supporting each other. So we have to support each other as individuals, and we have to support ourselves as individuals. For every action there is a reaction on every level. It concerns me greatly how it seems to be so constructed that when countries band together to protest about human beings being killed and homes flattened in Gaza, for instance, the news suddenly becomes filled with how there are terrible Muslims killing soldiers in other countries and public beheadings. And these things aren't on the news without purpose. There is a purpose behind you seeing those things, because those things have been going on anyway in life. These things have gone on, but at the moment you're seeing them more and more for a purpose. And these things are the things that you have to be able to overcome, because otherwise you become a part of what these people want you to be, what the governments need you to listen to become anti others, those that they don't want you to be standing up and fighting against, or fighting for rather. And you can bet that everything that you see has been constructed to cause you to end your support, causing you to forget that these are different situations in different parts of the world. It's being made to be about a religion again. And it isn't about religion. Let's please remember that it isn't about a religion. The anti-Muslim articles are being read and always there to cause justification for our government's actions that have been taken historically in Iraq. Everything we see is for the purpose of getting you to see a side. Yet what we are seeing is hatred, violence of one side, while never seeing the hatred and violence that is carried out by our own against them. What if somebody was to come along and smash your home to pieces with your children within them? That's happening, and that's our side doing that to them. As we get to see what Israel did to the Palestinians, the Israelis, and no doubt considering some of the mail I received from certain Americans who lived in certain states of America, were not seeing what Israel was doing to those people on their news. They were seeing a different story, one which their governments wanted them to see, one which showed terrorists killing innocent Israelis, and only this side of the story. And if you are taking sides, then you are not becoming a part of the love, the embracing of everything. And even though the sides that we're watching, what we see is horrendous. The beheadings are horrendous. The smashing apart of people's homes are horrendous. It's that we must be against. All the hatred, all the things that are bad. And our own countries do this too. So until we open our hearts enough to understand that a way of worship is not the reason for killing and war, but the need to control others' way of worship, then we may begin to understand that whilst we are being misled and manipulated to hate Muslims right now, we are stronger than any manipulation, where we are awakened to how this all works. Not just news articles about these issues, but news articles about any issue that gets your back up, that gets you riled up and angry and gets you sitting on one side of the fence against another. We must all now reach out and hear each other out. Hear those who are experiencing these things. We must stop listening to gossip and hearsay. We must stop fighting one another for trying to show some truth, and stop waving those articles and saying, look, this is the truth. Because what you're seeing in these papers are not truth. Listen to the hearts of each other. I've lost a few long-term friends during the Gaza conflict, and my fight was not for Muslims against Jews or anything like that at all. I love Jewish people. I love Muslims. I love Christians. I love you all of you people that are doing good in the world. All of you people that are praying to your God for peace. And I know that there are so many of you doing this. It doesn't matter what way you worship, what you worship. We've got to stop taking sides. We've got to stop listening to the hatred. And there will always be the extremists in the world. And it's their actions, not their religion, that we've got to stop taking sides against or for. We've got to say, these actions are wrong. The actions you're taking are wrong, and our government's actions that they are taking are wrong. And when we live in our own countries, and our own countries are going out there to war and sending our soldiers out to war and flattening people's homes, we are the ones that are supposed to be stopping our own government, our own people from doing that, whilst those out there need to be fighting against, or publicly speaking out against, the actions that are being taken out there. And our governments and our newspapers are saying, why aren't these Muslims saying this, aren't saying that? Why don't we do it? Why don't we all stand up and say, no, this has got to stop. Our own governments have to stop this too. All of them. So we've got to stop taking sides. And people who see me as taking a side, I want you to know I don't take sides. I'm against violence. I concern myself for each and every human being, no matter their religion, their culture, or their nationality. You're all children of God, whatever you perceive Him to be. You are all born of love. So be that, and act that out. Offer love to every situation. And wherever you feel torn, and wherever you feel hurt, ask the question, what would love do in this situation? Listen for the answer and do that. Sending hugs out to you all. No matter where you are in the world, no matter how you pray or what you support, try to be peaceful in your hearts to every human being. You deserve happiness. So smile and create that today. With my heart, I send out to you love. Always see love. Bye for now.